We're gonna get into some content, man. What is the Denzel, man? It's your player upon Bobby WAJ. And we're gonna get into some content. I'm gonna allow YouTube to do what it is that YouTube does, send out those notifications, get some of you amazing individuals in here to view this broadcast. I see my player upon Johnny Big Tom Johnson. What is the Denzel, man? How you feel? I send mine to you and yours, man. Send mines in abundance of prayer, in abundance of positive energy to you and yours, man. You know what I mean? Sending many blessings to everybody that's viewing this broadcast, man. Let's get that positive energy going, man. It's Sunday. They say Sunday is the fun day. A lot of misconceptions and a lot of misinformation about Sunday. They say it's the seventh day of the week, but that is a fallacy. Sunday is actually the first day of the week. When you look on the camera, not the camera, but when you look on the calendar, what's the first day of the week? Sunday. In the Bible, it says that the Most High said, "Let there be light." Sunday. But we're not going to get into that. What we're going to get into today is Bobby A reacts to racist Southsider P-Face apology. So many people feel like they can have this racist stance against us and then come into the community, infiltrate the community and talk like us, gesticulate like us, wear the type of jewelry that we wear, and gravitate towards the fashion that we love to adorn ourselves in, and then say, "Oh man, I didn't mean that. I apologize." Like, no, we got to start holding motherfuckers accountable. We can forgive people, but we don't forget. A motherfucker can go out there, commit a crime, go to jail and tell the judge, "Well, judge, I apologize." Okay, we accept your apology, but you still have to deal with the consequences of your actions. That just is what it is. Crack myself a cold one, a cold Jamaican. Oh, no, Jamaican. You understand me? This one is a cold ginger beer. Shout out to all my Rastafarians out there, man. But we're going to get into this content. I'm fresh faced. What's the dinner now, man? How everybody feeling out there, man? Just trying to procrastinate, give a little time so some more amazing individuals can join this broadcast and we can get into this, man, because I feel like this is a topic that us as a people need to collectively address. When will enough be enough? Frank Nitty. What is the dinner now, man? My player upon Frank Nitty. Do we accept P-Face's apology and excuse for making racial and offensive remarks towards blacks and Crips? How much longer will we forgive racists, and how much longer will we forgive racists and crucify each other? If I come on here, Johnny Robinson, what is the dinner now, man? Shout out to all my peoples over there. Niggas are going housing projects, man. It's much love. Love and abundance. So this is the thing. Michael Bernard, what is the dinner there, man? Peace and blessings to you and yours, man. An abundance of peace, love, and success, positivity, productivity. Everybody viewing this, man. Whatever you aspire to be, whatever you are hoping to do, man, get out there and do that shit, man. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. If the Most High put it on your spirit, everything is already working in your favor. You just got to get out there and get it cracking. So somebody is in a state of indecisiveness. Stop being indecisive, because the clients, the support and everything that you need is going to be there for you, man. It's going to be an easy transition for you, because the Most High is already giving you the stamp of approval. All you got to do is just step into the blessings. Now, for somebody else, they're going to get a level of success, but what it's going to be, they're going to go through what is called a tumultuous times. It's going to be a lot of turbulence as they begin to get started. But you, the person who has this indecisive opinion about, should I do this, should I not do this, do that, because everything is already working in your favor. But without further ado, beautifully blessed, how are you doing? Our race is the most forgiving race there is when it's dealing with other people, but with each other. And I hate that for us. Our biggest strength is our biggest weakness, our ability to forgive and accept. We have this unique ability. Shout out to my mentor, Keela Sherrills. He told me this many years ago. He said, Black people have a unique gift of assigning value to everything and everyone but themselves. That was a bar when he told me that. So I became proactive. I became proactive in giving myself validation and value. I don't need it from nobody else. So now that ain't a lot of it ain't a lot of stuff that mess with me. You know, certain challenges and certain peoples who oppose me and this, that, and third, man, it's like water off a duck's back. It just roll off. It really don't have no bearings. I have never really been the type of dude who hangs in crews and a group of guys and all that. That's never been me, because I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know my triggers. So I don't need a group of dudes to stand with me to strengthen me, to venerate and validate me. I never been that type of guy. And some of you wrestle with that right now. Step out on faith. Man, step out, man. If you don't step your ass out on faith and go get them blessings that God got for you, they're right down the street. Nigga, what you doing? Is it certain people who you call family, certain people who you consider to be a part of your circle? They blessing blockers, baby. Get from around there, man. Go get them mother, man. If you don't go get them motherfucking blessings, man, give them to me if you don't want them. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to tap into that Sigma male type of energy. If you know what a Sigma male is, we all know what alpha males is. An alpha male is the dude that they say is the leader of the pack, the dude that courts attention and needs attention, and he's just the dude with the biggest cojones. That's an alpha male. He always got to be on display. I'm the alpha. A Sigma male sits back and say, hey, man, I don't need that level of veneration. I like to be in nature. I like to read books. I like to have intimate conversations with people. I like to get to know people, and I don't mind being in my solitude. But that there alpha male, I done already analyzed him. Already seen what his weak points is, already seen what he's about, already seen what his exit strategy is. I know what his end goal is. So if the case, or if ever the situation ever came, I can fuck over this dude because I know what his support system is. I know what he go to, because he's pretentious. He likes to court attention at all costs, even if it's to his detriment. But a Sigma male sit back and just watch. They call him a fortified lone wolf. But I'm not trying to give you I'm not trying to be too philosophical. You know what I mean? We gonna get into the content. Poetic Machiavelli TV, what is the dinner nail, man? Anthony Covington, what is the dinner nail, man? I want to tell y'all something before we get into this. Let me see. Dubs, the drunk PC warrior. Y'all are the biggest crybabies too. Okay, matter of opinion. What you want me to pull my hair out and go crazy, you mother? You're not going to get that. But if you like to have a conversation and express your views on why you feel like we are the biggest crybabies, but your people have came to the internet and said black people are this and black people are that, and the Rasa needs to be more like black people. I can give you a history on the Rasa as well. The Rasa isn't exclusively a word that's associated or belong to Chicanos, Mexicanos, Latinos. No, the original Rasa was comprised of indigenous people that was melanated, carbonated, I mean dark complected, indigenous people who look like today's Native Americans, some people who they will later call, or at that time called, Mexicans, and some Spaniards. They called it the collective community, the cosmic people. But who is the cosmic universal people? The Asiatic black man, the black man. So y'all take our identity, and that's why my people, we gotta fight and start gatekeeping hip hop, because certain ethnic groups have a reputation. They're notorious for taking things from us and then saying we created it. No, you did not. You adopted it. You adapted to it and adopted it. But we're not going to go into that. But this brother said that all we do is cry. No, we don't cry. We get cracking. We get proactive. When they were saying that restaurants was not allowing admission for niggers, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and dogs. When we were facing extreme racism, it was our people who stood up and said, we ain't taking that. Y'all need to go back and have another meeting about that, because we ain't taking that. Get the fuck up out of here. Your people sat back and allow all this to play out. Your people sat back and watched my people be lynched. Your people sat back and watched my people become dog food to these police canines. Watch my people be hosed down with these water holes. Watch my people be beaten within inches of their lives. Watch my people walk from here to there, and to the calluses and the bunions and everything else bust on their feet. They taking off their shoes and they hurt because we've been marching for peace. We've been marching for civil rights and human rights. We march for everything that you all are enjoying to this day. So watch your motherfucking mouth when you come on here and say this BS. When we even fought for your right to say, we don't want to be Latino, we don't want to be Chicano, hey, we want to be, no, that's too Puerto Rican. We don't want to be Mexicano, we want to be white. Your people fought to be white. The white people said, these Central American niggas might be on something. Let's create division amongst them, because if they stay unified, if they become unified, then we wouldn't be able to maintain power here in America. And your people say, yes, 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 yes. Me want to be white. And they granted you that. And then your people begin to take their racial views into Mexico and begin to subjugate and begin to oppress the dark complected people of Mexico. So don't come on here with that BS, that nonsense, big dog. I know you trolling and all that, but sometimes when I'm cooking, just let me cook, baby. I'll open up the chat and I'll send the link so you can come on and express your views. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to shut the up and I'm going to listen. And then when you complete your thought, then I'm going to rebuttal if I feel like it's necessary. So on this platform, there's no need to get in the chat unless you're insecure, unless you're a closeted homosexual and you're trying to get your rocks off, or unless you're just a person who doesn't have any value, substance to your life. And this is the way that you get attention. Then I understand. Do your thing in the chat. Do your thing, because they're going to get you. They're going to holler at you. My kin folks going to holler at you in the chat. But if you just need to talk, then come on here. I just shared the information that 8 minutes of conversation, 8 minutes of listening can help alleviate depression and anxiety. 8 minutes. I'm willing to give anybody that 8 minutes. A lot of people criticize me, say, man, it's your show. You shouldn't be letting these, you don't know what these people's going through off these cameras. Especially after a lot of people has contracted. Follow me. See, I can't say it, but you got to follow me. And that has been proven to create and trigger mental health disorders in a lot of people. Because you know why? It rewires the body to the body start producing more of the negative feeling hormones. Now, a lot of people bodies are flooded with this massive amount of cortisol. And you ain't never deal with this level of cortisol, but being that you contracted, follow me now. Being that you contracted that, your body has been rewired. Now you're dealing with mental health issues that you didn't even know that you had. And you know what's another thing? In the black community, and we're gonna get into this, forgive me. In the black community, we call it the sugar. I can't say it on here because they're a trip. But if you know what the sugar is, a lot of people are now going to the doctors and being diagnosed with the sugar after they contracted. Word is bond. Research it on your own. But let's get into the content, man. Without further ado, we are going to get into the topic at hand. Do we accept P-Face's apologies and excuses for making racial offensive remarks towards blacks and Crips? Let's get into the content. I think let me slow it down a little bit. I think the first video that we're going to be showing is from Paperboy News. And I am not Paperboy. I don't have any faceless YouTube channels that I'm affiliated with, that I host, that I create. None of that shit. You know what I mean? That shit then came up. That ain't my get down. You feel what I'm saying? As of right now, if I do a faceless YouTube channel, it's going to be something where you can go and, get stimulated up here. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get into the content, man. And I want y'all to listen to this, man. Take heed. Listen.
Let's get straight into it. Now, P-Face said, as far as Young Ant saying what he said about him after he left, He said he's not that type of person, so he ain't gonna really speak on Young Ant, because he prefers Young Ant being right there in front of him, so he could tell him to his face.
Whoa. Damn, homie, you know, like, if he really felt that way, you know, like, I can't speak on too much. I can't speak on it until he's right there in my face. I'm not gonna say nothing. I wouldn't say to if he's not right there in my face. You feel me? I'm not gonna do what he did.
Now, P-Face said the reason why he feels like Young Ant felt some type of way is because when he said his hood, he sounded aggressive with it, making it seem as though he was punking Young Ant. But P-Face said that's the normal way he bangs his hood, and even if it was the other way around and he asked Young Ant where you from, and if Young Ant would have banged hard just like he did and said I'm from A-Tray Gangsta Crit, he would have respected that because that's what real gangsters do. Now, P-Face said as far as them rumors about him pushing in blank, and knock that out because he ain't racist. And he said to prove that, I'm sitting down right now with DC Baby Draco, who's black, and letting them interview me. Now, P-Face said he wants to send a public apology to all the black moms, black dads, as well as the kids. Because the only reason he said he's pushing in blank was because there was a black guy online dissing all the Mexicans. Now, P-Face said, mind you, I was only 12 years old at the time, and the first person that said F all the blacks was a black Southsider. So I just went in along with it.
Let's
Since
run
that
back a little bit.
black dads, as well as the kid down right now with DC Baby Draco, who's black, and gangsters do. Now, P-Face said as far as them rumors about him pushing in blank, and when he said his hood, he sounded aggressive with it, making it seem as first Young Ant being right there in front of him, so he could tell him to his face. Into it. Now, P-Face said as far as Young Ant saying what he said about him after he left, he said he's not that type of person, so he ain't gonna really speak on Young Ant because he prefers Young Ant being right there in front of him, so he could tell him to his face.
Him, homie, you know, like, if he really felt that way, you know, like, I can't speak on too much. I can't speak on it until he's right there in my face. I'm not gonna say nothing. I wouldn't say to if he's not right there in my face. You feel me? I'm not gonna do what he did.
Is that a shot? He say whatever he got to say about Young Ant, he wants to tell him in his face. He's not gonna wait till he left or he leave and do what Young Ant Hefe did. I feel like that's a shot. Mario Ross says, cuz, what is you talking about? LOL. You've been at the peen store too long in a 40 section. LOL. I don't drink 40s. This is ginger beer. If I have a taste for something that's remotely close to beer, I drink champagne, I drink Moet, I drink Dom Perignon. The lowest bottle of champagne that I may consider drinking is Bel Air. Shout out to Rick Ross and his team and those individuals who are behind Bel Air. But no, I don't drink beer. If you catch me drinking some beer, nah, bro, that I'm too not to sound like condescending or arrogant, but I'm too much of a Mac to drink some beer. I don't get down like that. But everything that I just shared about is true. You can look it up. I don't want to get too deep into that. I try to create another segment, but it's scientifically proven that a lot of individuals who had caught the C, you know the rest, that they came up with type 2 diabetes. This is facts. I don't come on here and I don't, intentionally spread misinformation, but I wouldn't even be speaking on this if I didn't thoroughly do my own research and investigation. This is word is bond. Close family members and individuals a part of my family and all this and all that. Several of them have come up with the sugar after having the C word, but we're gonna get off that. So do y'all think that was a shot? What the little dude said, man, it seemed like he got a little gumption about himself. He say, man, I ain't gonna speak on him in his absence like he did me. Like, this is crazy, man. This little dude, man. Like, hold on. Let's get into the content.
You know, like, I can't speak on too much. I can't speak on it until he's right there in my face. I'm not gonna say nothing. I wouldn't say to if he's not right there in my face. You feel me? I'm not gonna do what he did.
So how do y'all take that? He said, I can't speak on too much. I'm not gonna speak on it unless he's right there in my face. I'm not gonna do what he did. He is a grown man. He can get whatever that applies. Johnny Robinson says, at Dubs, now you too little-minded or ever rent space in my head, my God. At this point, you're giving zesty vibes. You know what we want to do? To the chat, to the chat, to the chat, to the chat. We gonna get him the up out of here. We gonna get him the up out of here. Hey man, you gotta go, man. You gotta get up out of here. I don't know where you gonna go, but you gotta go somewhere because you ain't welcome here no more, man. We about to get you up out of here, man. See, we was chilling, homie. We be trying to be compassionate, empathetic, understanding, and you know what I mean, show love and don't be prejudiced and all that, like how people be on us. But people we give an inch, they say, man, give me the whole mile. Give me all them blocks. Nah, we gonna get you up out of here. Let's get you up out of here, Dubs, the drunk PC warrior. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and go get you up out of here. Hold on. Ban user and delete comment. Sayonara. We'll holler at you next time. Go create another page and then come back. Now let's get back into this content about this little sick vato named B-Face.
Now, P-Face said the reason why he feels like Young Ant felt some type of way is because when he said his hood, he sounded aggressive with it, making it seem as though he was punking Young Ant. But P-Face said that's the normal way he bangs his hood. And even if it was the other way around.
So if everybody acknowledged that, right? If everybody give acknowledgement to the little dude banged hard on Young Ant to the point to where when the dude left, Young Ant had some choice words. But they say, oh, Bobby Ye, you crazy. Oh, Bobby Ye, that never happened. Or Bobby Ye this and Bobby Ye that. The heavy set dude, I'm a heavy set dude as well. You know, forgive me, him, and Ant. But check this out. Got to keep that water up in this as well. You know, you can drink this, but you also got to, you know, filter it out the kidneys with some water. You know what I mean? Get that shit up out of there. Don't let it stay in there too long. The dude on No Jumper, the heavy set martial art instructor or the heavy set jujitsu warrior, you know, he said, oh, the black podcasters is coming at Young Ant and this, that, and third. Man, mind your tongue, big dog. We understand that you think you know how to fight and you're this particular type of guy and all that. What's his name? Brandon. Sometimes just be quiet, big dog. Because it's cuz from the streets, it's cuz affiliated with any sets, is he from LA, anything like that? It's cuz hip to the culture. Well, we don't know a lot about the dude, the form and opinion, but sometimes just be quiet, big dog, and see how things play out. Because if this little dude saying, oh, I think Young Ant Hefe took offense to the way that I bang, but that's how I bang, and if he had banged back like that, I wouldn't have been tripping. And those who was there, the female said, oh, he turned up. Even Adam said, oh, man, it's crazy how a person's, you know, when they bang, an octave change in their voice and whoopty whoop and all that. It had to be some level of aggression and gangsterism in his presentation when he banged his set. If not, then Young Ant wouldn't have had the choice words that he had, usually whoopty whoop and all that. It did seem a little watered down. It did, and I'm not speaking on him. You know, they coming with, oh man, Bobby Ye is trying to make a page off of Munchie B and Young Ant for what? Man, I do content on so much. It's just right now these dudes are continuously doing things that put them on my radar. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Let me do some content on this. But you know, getting back to what I was saying, certain situations it don't even matter. You know what I mean? My shit is already too controversial, you know, as it stands. So we're gonna get back into the content and we're gonna go through these videos, man.
And he asked Young Ant, where you from? And if Young Ant would have banged hard just like he did and said, I'm from A-Trade Gang.
So he even admits that he banged hard on him. So everybody that's out there like, oh no, he didn't bang hard on him. He just banged like whoopty whoop. No, he banged hard. I would have been, you know, taken aback, like, hold on, big dog. Like, you know, we don't be, you know what I mean? Like, you know, tone that down a little bit, homie. I'm Ye from PJs and you're whoopty whoop from where? Oh, I'm from Compton, Vadio, Los Peregrinos. All right, for shake it out, big dog. Carry on. That's simple. A motherfucker ain't always got to jump ignorant. It's been scientifically proven that those who are of lesser intelligence and those who are undereducated resort to violence. We don't have to always resort, not resort, forgive me. We don't always have to resort to violence when it's a disagreement and words fail, violence prevail. We don't always have to have that narrative, hanging over us as a people. There's ways you can effectively communicate. Hey, check this out, little homie, man. Hey, calm down a little bit, man. Did I piss in your cornflakes, big dog? Oh, no, not like that, man. I'm Wooty Woo from PJ Watson. You Wooty Woo from where? He's correcting it without you even having to go hard on him or feeling the need to let him leave from within close proximity, hearing distance, and then say blase, 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 blase. But let's get back into the content.
The crit, he would have respected that because that's what real gangsters do. Now, P-Face said as far as them rumors about him pushing in blank and knock that out because he ain't racist. And he said to prove that, I'm sitting down right now with DC Baby Draco, who's black, and letting them interview me. Now, P-Face said he wants...
That's not a valid point. DC Baby Draco. Hey, where DC Baby Draco from, cuz? I'm not sure. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm not sure. My kinfolks isn't sure either. But he's saying that DC Baby Draco is from the Bay Area. That's different. That's way different. And you gotta understand that DC Baby Draco has an agenda for coming and interviewing you. That doesn't mean that it gives any validity to your claim that I'm not a racist. No, man, we ain't gonna play that game, big dog.
To send a public apology to all the black moms, black dads, as well as the kids. Because the only reason he said he's pushing in blank was because there was a black guy online dissing all the Mexicans. Now, P-Face said, mind you, I was only 12 years old at the time, and the first person that said F all the blacks was a black Southsider. So
that right there, if I can be honest with y'all, let's close this out because we're going to get into some additional content. That right there, that's a snitch trait. That's, man, well, shit, they got me. I might as well tell them that my homie down the street under the car, the green car to be exact, with the rims on it. Like, oh, the only reason why I said it is because a black Southsider said it. So, like, come on, homie, that's the traits of a snitch. See, me, I'm very, very analytical, and I dissect a lot of things, and sometimes I can be an overthinker. But in that type of situation, instead of him taking his lashings and taking his lick, he wanted to throw his homie under the bus. Like, no, don't do that. We ain't talking about your homie. We're talking about you, mister. We got to start seeing what the fuck is really what the fuck is really going on. Because a lot of people get deceived by this, that, and third. But then again, 85% of the world is deaf, dumb, and blind and meant to be led like cattle. I don't want to be a part of the 85. I've been there. I've done that. And all it ever created or had given me was strife, hardships, a life that was rooted in turmoil. Now I know how to navigate through these challenges. I know how to deal with situations. I am able to see things that's not physically present. And don't come with that narrative, oh, Bobby Ye went on this cast, and crazy man or the madman said that he be seeing things that ain't there. Don't play with it like that. We're talking about some third eye, intuitive, vibrating on a whole different frequency type shit. So we ain't gonna even go there. But let's get back into the content. We're gonna pull up the next video. Let's see this right here, man. I want to establish something. I showed this clip in my last broadcast. Pay attention to what the brother from Grape Street, shout out to all the Jordan Downs, that view the broadcast, that fucks with me, you feel what I'm saying? And that's trying to find a way that we could potentially resolve this, or trying to find a way that we can pitch a ceasefire to the little homies who are more war inclined on the surface. Shout out to everybody that's been from the Jordan Downs that ring my line, that we be having intellectual and progressive conversations and all that, you feel me? I just want to put that out there. But check out what this young dude from Grape Street say to Adam 22 and what Adam 22 agrees to. I played it earlier. If you've seen it earlier, just kick your feet up, eat some popcorn, and let's get into this content.
All right, what you want to know? Because I know you do a little homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring complete strangers you don't know nothing about. I know you did something. What you know and what you want to know. You don't just bring complete strangers you don't know nothing about. Homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring complete strangers you don't know nothing about. Homework on people before you bring them up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you don't just bring complete.
So is it safe? This is Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A. That is Exhibit A that I just played. Is it safe to say that Adam 22 does some form of an investigation or research before he bring individuals onto his platform? Is that safe to say? Somebody just tell me yay or nay. You can either just say yes or no. But let me get a yay or nay so we can move this thing forward. Is it safe to say that Adam 22 does an investigation or does some type of research or homework on the individuals that he brings to his platform, to his podcast? Is it safe to say that? I'll wait. I need some engagement, man. Just let me know yes or no, yay or nay, or fuck you, nigga. Continue on. Let me know something, man. Is it safe to say that Adam 22? I would agree. There we go. That's all I needed, baby. That's all I needed. Now here we go. Now Exhibit B. I'm very vocal in saying that Adam 22 is creating subterfuge, is creating tricks, is creating problems, or creating an environment to where problems can be created, and that we don't hold him accountable. And when individuals address certain things with blacks that's on his platform, these blacks want to get mad and get the 9mm Jamal and pop a cap in some asses and all this old crazy ass shit. They'd rather go at a brother and all this instead of hollering at Adam. Adam, what you did wasn't cool. You can't be doing that, because this is the streets that we come from. We all deal with a certain level of trauma. Some of us is shell shock. Some of us don't trust. Some of us is 0 from 60, nigga, real quick. And I mean real quick. So you can't be bringing us in and introducing us into these type of hazardous elements. But instead of checking Adam, the ringleader, instead of checking Adam, the SLAVE master, they rather go at another N-word. They rather go at another brother. Check Adam. Adam is very aware of what it is that he's doing up there. He's very aware. He's conscious. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's get into Exhibit B. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go right there. I thought I deleted it because I was. All right, let's get into this. Watch what Adam says. Watch what Adam says.
Stop trying to make people try to check people or go up on people that they don't even know. Like, I don't even know this.
Man, shut the fuck up. Karate man. Jiu-jitsu man. What the hell? Big bad whatever type of whatever, like, man, come on, big dog. You got spit on up there. A dude spit on you. So go on with that bullshit, homie. And then I feel like the dude is indirectly talking about me without saying me. That's what I believe that this karate man is saying. Oh, stop trying to make people with you. Well, no. Niggas need to be more aware of their environment. It's called environment. It's called usalama, safety and security, baby. That's what we practice in some of these controlled environments that we didn't been at. If we practice it out here on the streets, we'll be in a more safer space. We wouldn't be dealing with these type of issues that we're dealing with now in these content spaces. Ain't nobody telling Jamal, hey, Jamal, pull out the 9mm and catch a body, dude. That's not what a motherfucker's saying. But as black men, there's certain things that need to be addressed. But a lot of people who are in close relationships or close proximity are looking to get certain services or certain gratuities or certain favors from Caucasians. They don't put what affects the people they don't make it a priority. So come on, Jamal, pipe down, Brandon, relax, dude. Chill out. Stop speaking in regards to me indirectly, brother. Chill the fuck out, dude. Maybe if I talk to you like this, brother, maybe to be more effective, brother. Calm down, dude. That's all I'm saying. Relax, nigga. Adam is fully aware of the plays that he's making on those individuals up there who just so happen to be black. So respectfully, Brandon, Jamal, shut the fuck up.
This dude.
But to be fair, I should have probably thought about that. That
What you gonna say
putting
about that
him
now?
on the podcast with Munchie and Ant
Look at his
without
face, man. Look at this. Please, Yahweh, bless my people. Bless our people. Please, Yahweh, bless us to see the actuality, reality, and move in a fashion that's conducive to us unifying, organizing, and moving as a collective. Please, Yahweh, touch the minds and touch the hearts of my people, because we are a lost people. Please, Yahweh, if there's any curses amongst our people, please reverse those curses in the name of everything that is righteous in your eyesight. I thank you and I praise you for the curses and the blessings that may come my way and our way. Bless us with the strength and the resiliency to get through anything. Hallelujah. I'm just fucked, cuz it's always our people, bro. Look at this motherfucker face when Adam takes accountability. Shout out to Adam for taking accountability. Like, oh no, boss. No, master, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that, boss. You shouldn't have said that, master. It's just like when the Django rode up on that horse. You know what that nigga doing on top of that horse? Man, nigga, get your ass off from on top of that horse. Well, you can't treat him like any other niggas because that nigga ain't like any other nigga. What you mean, boss? Like, come on, let your master do what a master does. Your master is now displaying a pretty decent trait. Your master is now taking accountability for what he contributed to what we're talking about now. So shut the fuck up, karate man. This should be crazy. Look at his face, though. Look at him. I know you didn't say that, boss.
probably thought about that. That putting him on the podcast.
Look at this motherfucker's face. Lord bless us. Please, Yahweh, continue to put a hedge of protection over me as I do what it is that I do. Please don't let me be corrupted. Please, Yahweh, bless me to stay on a path and guide my footsteps as I attempt to awaken those who are receptive and willing to see things from a different perspective. But God, this nigga right here is lost. This is a lost nigga with them bullshit ass Nikes on. The fuck? Check this out, man. I cannot make this shit up. Watch this nigga face. Don't say that, boss.
I should have probably thought about that. That
Hold on. Oh, I know what I know what I can do. I can slow it down. Watch this. Watch this nigga's face. Don't say that, boss. No, boss, don't say that. You ain't did not a thing wrong, boss. And if you did do it, boss, I ain't seen it, and I forgive you. What the fuck?
putting him on
Why would you say that, boss? No, I disagree. You ain't did not a thing wrong, boss.
podcast munching and without any kind of introduction or whatever.
This is crazy. Let me fix the speed on this. You say this nigga ain't Brandon? Type of niggas we gotta watch.
This dude.
But to be fair, I should have probably thought about that. That putting him on a podcast with Munchie and Ant without any kind of introduction or whatever was a little bit awkward. I was just like so impressed because the interview that I did with P-Face was so good that I was just like, yeah, hop on the podcast. Didn't even
Pause. We're gonna come back to this. Last night I watched a broadcast, the end of a broadcast, and then we did it. I showed the broadcast, but I wound up watching the broadcast in its entirety, and the brother Munchie B gave a whole different narrative of how things transpired, and it contradicts the narrative that Adam 22 and brother Young and Hefe provided us with. So does that not establish that Munchie B is a liar or an individual who is incapable of properly remembering things the way that they were when they manifested? Is it safe to say? Because I don't want to just off back say the brother's a liar. Maybe, the situation that he endured has affected his memory. If you don't believe me, let's get into it. Watch this. Whoa, that's the wrong thing. Forgive me, man. I don't know why that Jacquees song X Games just keep playing in my head. You want to play X Games? We too old for that shit. I don't know what's going on. Now let's get into this right here. Listen to Munchie B account of why the little dude was there.
This early because P-Face went out his way to come in and sit amongst 3 black males and a black female. You know what I'm saying? Mr. NK, because he wanted to say or meet these people. You know what I'm saying? Introduce himself. And he was there before I started. From where I started at, he was there a little before that. Came in there, went out his way, but keep going.
Munchie B, you do a lot of confabulating. You do a lot of fabricating, brother. Before we proceed, man, I want to ask y'all a question. Munchie B has said in his broadcast, "Hey, Bobby, you know Alex Alonzo. If you want to talk to me, give me a call." But it seems like it was more of a, "Can we just talk? Can you just leave me alone? Because you about to start fucking up my bag and my partner's bag, because the level of truth that you bring into the internet is starting to expose niggas. So can we just have a conversation?" Do y'all think I should take that conversation with Munchie? If you think so, leave it in the chat. Let me get some what's I'm calling this motherfucker. All right. I am back, and we have some call it in this motherfucker. Let there be light. All praise be to the Most High God. I thought Munchie was running behind on time that they started without him. Is this? Damn, now you triggering things in my mind that I don't know if it's for show, but I kind of, one of those shows Munchie was running behind, but I don't know if it was this one. Was it this one? Hold on. The sister say, I thought Munchie was running behind on, I thought Munchie was running behind on time that they started without him. I'm not sure if that's the same broadcast. Maybe that's the one that was with King Peel, or maybe that's the other one. Because one of them, they said Munchie was running behind and they decided to start without him. You're right, but my memory doesn't serve me correct, so I don't want to make any assumptions. But I vaguely remember one of those broadcasters over there, Munchie was running behind. Another broadcast, Brother Young and Hefe was running behind, car troubles, all this, and tires and all this. But I vaguely remember something like that. Okay. Moles TV Reloaded says, I think you should, bro. What would be the benefits of it? I'm not talking about money. I feel how I feel, and how I feel, it's not going to change. Would the brother be receptive and respectful of my opinion and how I feel? Or would it lead to him in trying to initiate I don't want to do that. Let's pop about it TV. That will be interesting. G Thing A Deuce or 82 say, I'm behind, but F yeah, Adam, do research. And if he didn't, why bring a bum off the streets to talk about what? LOL, he know what he was doing, and he full of manure. Feces. I agree with you, G Thing A2. Man, welcome to the platform. Thank you for the engagement. Yabada, Yaba'ahala Yasharana. I'm gonna call you GY because I don't want to mess up your name, and it seems like a Hebrewic name, and I don't want to, mess it up. But GY says, yeah, take that combo. Poetic Flacco TV say we would be in a more securely controlled environment. Let's Pop About the TV say, I don't think Munchie knew. Oh boy was there. Yeah. Anthony Covenant say a couple of them. Beautifully Blessed says that was that one. Whoa! If that was that one, is that not contrasting narratives? Do they not contradict one another? He's saying, yeah, I was actually there for this, that, and third, but in a potentially, sister or brother, beautifully blessed, whoever you are, I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you. I just don't want to put out no misinformation or give any misinformation. I try to maintain my credibility. But if that is the same broadcast, that is getting crazy because that's night and day. Those are two contrasting narratives. That's crazy. Beautifully Blessed says yes. E Mix B says nothing wrong with a conversation. Shorty McGriff says it wouldn't hurt. Why not go ahead and talk to Munchie? Beautifully Blessed says that's what was. Mo's TV Reloaded said you should sit down with that brother. Whoa, Let's Pop About the TV say he was late. But he's saying he was on time and he was actually there. Oh, hold, wait. I hope I ain't just deleted. Hold on, man. Fuck, I deleted. I exited out. That's crazy. But y'all seen it. We seen it together. Anthony Covington says if the convos is on neutral grounds. G Thing 82 say Adam looked like Lil Red Sucker Hood with them tight A-word pants. He know what he be doing. The Smokey Show say it's only beneficial if you get the answers to them 2 or 3 questions you wanted to answer. I wanted to say that, but I didn't say that. And a reason why I didn't say that, because I don't want to telegraph. When my pops was showing me how to throw a punch and all that, right? He said you never draw it back because now the person know where you coming from. So I didn't want to put that out there because I feel like that may deter Munchie from having this conversation that he is under an impression that I won't. I don't want the conversation. Yes, we both mutually know Alex Alonso, right? But Munchie, if you want to have a conversation with me, just come straight out and say, listen, bro, I want to have a conversation with you. Stevie Walla Bean, we can have that conversation. I will get you that conversation, bro. But the way that he was presented as if I am a fan of his and I am obsessed. It's Munchie B. Oh my God, dude. The fuck? You weird ass nigga. Man, I done been around celebrities, Puff Daddy. And don't come with the Diddy jokes and all this and all that. Yeah, I done been around Puff Daddy. I also been around his head of security. Shout out to his head of security, brother. What's his name? Fahim Muhammad. Shout out to brother Fahim Muhammad. We appreciate you coming to the community of Watts, specifically the Imperial Quartz Projects, and putting on an amazing event. But I done been around Puff Daddy. I done been around so many different celebrities. And I never been the type of person to geek out over a celebrity. These motherfuckers eat like I eat and they defecate in the same fashion that I do. It ain't like they feed themselves through the bottom part of their alimentary canal and you know what I mean? Like they're humans like how we're humans. There's no need to be obsessed or captivated or mesmerized with any being here on earth outside of my kids. I see my kids and I light up, man. That's a part of me, right on. Especially my baby son. That little dude right there, man, and he be cutting up and doing what he be doing, man. But I'm just mesmerized, and I thank God for him, man. You know what I mean? And as a father, that's what we got to start doing. Being a parent is challenging. It has its challenges. But when you see you and your kids and you see how they're developing to be young, women and young adults, and how they start developing their own personalities and all this, man, it's a blessing, and all praise be to the Most High God. But if Munchie B is willing to reword that invitation and not be afraid to say, Bobby, hey, let's talk. We can talk. I'm willing to have a conversation with him. I'm willing to have a conversation with the other brother. I am not beyond reproach. I'm not. I am not too big to be reprimanded. I am not. We can have a conversation. You know what I mean? I'm not opposed to that, because I am not here to troll. Well, I do some trolling. Forgive me. We all do some trolling, but I'm not here clout chasing. I'm not here directly picking on you all because you have bigger platforms. That's not the reason, big dog. So let's get that up out of here and let's get back into this content. I'm gonna play this video of this young dude and him giving his expression. But I feel like I think we already got into it. But if not, here it is. This is P-Face the racist.
Seen something on No Jumper where you banged your set and he banged his. It did when you, and then when you left, he tried to make it seem like you banged a little too hard. He started like you know what I'm saying, talking crazy a little bit.
You know, end of the day, that's on him, homie. You know, like if he really felt that way, shit. You know, like I can't speak on too much. I can't speak on it until he's.
Whoa. This little dude. Yeah, I know what he was gonna say. If he felt like that, he should have did something about it, right? But he got to remember that he is on a peacemaking campaign. He's on a campaign to win over the black people. This is the thing. I don't feel like P-Face is sincerely apologetic. There's somebody in his ear saying, hey, you got to say this, you got to do this. We got to shake hands. We got to kiss babies. We got an album that we got to release, and we're going to need black people to support this. We're going to need some black features in order for you to get that traction. In order for you to be catapulted where we envision you being able to be, you have to shake hands and kiss babies, and we need black people to be willing to do features with you. So we got to clear this up. So don't say anything controversial. Don't be so quick to get in your feelings and say this and say that. This little dude is being coached. But this is my thing. I feel like his apology is insincere. I feel like it's a publicity stunt of sorts. And I also feel like he's not apologetic that he said it. He's apologetic that he got caught. That's what he's apologetic about, that it came back up. Why not get ahead of it and say, hey, man, to the black community, man, I appreciate y'all support. When I was a kid, I was going through being homeless, not having a father, and I was going through an identity crisis. And I said some things that I shouldn't have said towards the black community, and I want to ask for your forgiveness. If you forgive me, let's bury it. We don't go back into it. At least when it comes back up, he can say, hey, man, I issued an apology 5 years ago, big dog. So we can't go there. It's called being diplomatic. It's called being polished. I'm street. I'm a lot of people say I'm street. I'm hood as a motherfucker, but I got a certain polish to me. You know what I mean? But let's get back into the content.
Right there in my face. I'm not gonna say nothing. I wouldn't say to him if he's not right there in my face. You feel me? I'm not gonna do what he did.
Booyah! Check this out. Just had an ingenious I just had an ingenious idea, right? Who's ready for the No Jumper exclusive? Young and Hefe interviewing the one, the only, the apologetic racist P-Face. Bring him on down. I want to see that interview. Because he said that anything that he's saying that he can say to his face, and that he's not going to be like him and say it behind his back. That's what y'all got too, right? That's what y'all heard. Y'all heard the same thing, pretty much, right? So we need Adam to bring him back to the platform, and this is going to do wonders. Hey, OTR, the individuals over there, OTR, man, I got an ingenious idea. This is creating a lot of traction for P-Face. Use this synergy. Go back on No Jumper and allow Young and Hefe to do a 101 mano a mano interview with P-Face. That'd be next level. Am I right or am I wrong? That'd be next level, man. That'd take that little dude. That'd take his views. That'd take OTR through the motherfucking roof. Can't complain. Peace and blessings to you and yours. That's all I'm saying. Let's get back into the content.
What way he's supposed to bring it though?
I feel like he felt that way because the way I wrote my R's. You know, like you know, fools be like.
But I feel like that's what every LA gang member they like that. Like I was in LA County. Where you from? I'm from Wooty Wooty Woo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just how.
That's not true. That is not true. Maybe it's kids, you know what I mean? But homie, going in there with that turned up energy in certain parts of the county jail, bro, homie, what's up, nigga? Nigga, back wall. Everybody ain't just banging like that. Like, everybody ain't, you know what I mean? Especially when the brothers come in and we go to help with the mat. What's the deal, Black? Where you from, big dog? Oh, I'm from Wooty Whoop Neighborhood Crip. I'm from Wooty Whoop GC. I'm from Wooty Whoop Bloods. I'm from Wooty. All right, for shit it out, man. I'm Ye from PJs, my nigga. If you need anything, man, I'm downstairs. The Black Kitty is Wooty Wop Wop. So let's not put out these false narratives. It ain't like that no more, cuz. See, a lot of dudes that's not from Los Angeles or Los Angeles County, they have a certain way of viewing LA gangbangers and gang members. And it isn't a proper depiction of what's really going on in our communities and whatnot. You know, shout out to the brothers from the Bay, but you know what I mean? We don't really speak too much, and they busting heads in the Bay. Just want to say that. I don't mean no disrespect, but we don't really involve ourselves too much in Bay Area politics. Those are cousins from the Bay. They up there. They do their thing with the Hispanics. They get down like this and like that. We don't get into it. We may tell the brothers from the Bay, hey, y'all gangbang too. Y'all just call it turfing. Y'all call it turfing and call it funking. Or we funk with that turf. Or we out here turfing. Or we funk with them. We beef. It's the same dynamics. Y'all just don't have cripping and blood associated with the gangs. But it's essentially the same thing. African-American males unaliving African-American males over some of the same reasons. Territory, money, women, jealousy. So essentially it's the same thing. It just has a different definition, or it has a different word, not definition, because it's the same thing, but it has a different word attached to it. It has a different word associated with it, but it's essentially the same thing. You know, we don't come on here and be like, oh yeah, the dudes in the Bay is whoop whoop. Hell no. When I come on here, man, I give major love to my player partners in the Bay. What they do is what they do. They program as they program. But you see more and more brothers from the Bay that's comment on things that's going on in LA. If you're not fully tapped into that culture, or if you really don't know and you haven't been down there for a significant amount of time, you're not really in position to talk about this or talk about that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. But what is the deal, Haiti? Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh no, man, they come on, Pooh up, man. We come from, you know, we come from where we come from, Kim folks. You know what I mean? Nah, they MC Hammer status. Can't touch this. That's all that it is, Haiti. You know what I mean? But let's get back into the content. Shout out to my homie Pooh up, man. Real project, baby.
That is though. Because I don't take it as disrespect if somebody was to gangbang on me like that. Shit,
that's how I be feeling.
Yeah, it is what it is.
If anything, I'll be like, if he doesn't say mucho gusto back after he bangs on me like that, then I'm gonna feel some type of.
Most definitely. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. A couple months ago, right? I seen the vlogs trying to paint a picture like you NK and you don't mess with blacks. Can you finally speak on that, bro?
Hey, we gonna speak on that.
You got to, because look, I'm black. I'm doing the vlog. I'm black.
And you know, I'm straight up with you. You feel me? I'm right here with you. You know, if I really would have felt some type of way, you know, end of the day, I'm not ain't no sneaking animosity. Look, I'm not justifying anything. I apologize for all my black friends, for all the black children, all the black moms, all the black fathers, anything, homie. Look, I was on live with a Crip. He was saying Mexicans. You already know. I'm with the homie who's a black Southsider. I see him crack that up saying, you know, back. I just started saying it too. But I was 12 years old at the time. And you know, that now that they see me rapping, you know how like they get clips of Justin Bieber saying that shit too, or like all this shit. Now they trying to paint the picture. But nah, I'm right here with you, homie. I could face any black person and not have no secret animosity. Look, you know, I'm not turning nothing down by saying I apologize for the way that shit.
You're totally turning it down. And this is a publicity stunt and a marketing. This is all marketing. OTR then coached him and said, "Hey, we need to rectify this. If you anticipate getting black features and excelling in a industry that's dominated by blacks."
Trying to paint a perfect picture. I'm
Most definitely, because you know a lot of people, they was trying to just troll you. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, we was really supposed to be and do this interview, but I ended up going to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like I ain't turning nothing down. Oh, like, you know, oh, you said what you said. Hey, I said the circumstances how it is. I'm not justifying. Hey, I'm being a man, but I could face anybody as a black man and not have secret animosity. You know, like that's some shit. I would be more of it if I was saying NK and then what's it called, and then I'm right here. What's it called? Turning it down, and the next day you see me like that. Nah, dog, it was some old shit, and then there's, you know, it was just done, fool. Just, you know, I was up by even going live with my enemy.
Exactly.
You know, that's some like, you know, like little boy shit. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's how, you know. But for everyone trying to pick that picture, you notice how all these media.
Speaking of enemigos, let's see what this young man enemies feel about him. This is what his enemigos say about this young dude.
Santa Fe bandit with the BSD. My young los 9 shots. Chance nigga P face. Kick rap cap. These niggas running on the set. Dead homies. Santos on the hood. Again, P face bitch ass was running. Back into his house. Santa Fe bandit with the BSD. My young los 9 shots. Chance nigga P face. Kick rap cap. These niggas running on the set. Dead homies. Santos on the hood. Again, P face bitch ass was running. Back into his house. Santa Fe bandit with the BSD. My young los 9 shots. Chance nigga P face. Kick rap cap. These niggas running on the set. Dead homies. Santos on the hood. Again, P face bitch.
Say, man, hey, man. That's from his enemigos. They say that he rap cap. They say they seen a dude and he pew. He toe ass. That's heavy. Drumwork says, "It's me, Bobby." Who are you, big dog? Respectfully, I ain't saying that with any disrespect. Hold on. Let me see who you are. I'm gonna drop the thinner name. Smelling like Fabuloso. I'm lost. You say it's me, Bobby, and then you say you smelling like Fabuloso. Why are you telling me this, man? I don't care if you smell like Fabuloso, brother. Like, what is this? I hope this ain't it. I ain't gonna say that. Who are you, man? Jump on the thing, man. I just sent you the thing. Who are you? Step on the green and be seen, man. Got probably about 20 more minutes to be on this thunder angle on this broadcast and all that. Then I gotta get up out of here. You know, I gotta do another broadcast about the black Sureño by the name of Rich Rabbit. Yeah, I'm gonna do that around like 9 o'clock. If y'all free, you ain't got to go to work in the morning. You ain't got to get up too early. Jump on that and let's have a conversation. Drumworks, not the purple fab. Oh, what's going on right here? Beautifully Blessed says it's kind of like offensive when she hear them say nigga. But I mean, but the highest form of admiration is imitation. So when they talk like us and they dress like us and they gesticulate like us and all this and all that, yo, what's up, nigga? What's up? This, that, and third. We got my play upon the dumb Donald on this damn Donald. Forgive me. We got my play upon the damn Donald on this thing. Damn Donald, what is the deal, my brother?
Sorry, excuse me, loud music in the background. But yeah, man, that's a straight PR move, man. Anybody can see through that, brother.
Righteous.
Like, you don't think that's a PR move? I got a London Bridge, a Brooklyn Bridge, and a San Francisco Bridge itself. Like straight up, man. Like you said, one of them OTR cats must have put them sat him down and talked to him like, look, you got to rectify this, brother. You want to work with the black features and do all that stuff, and whatever the case may be, bro, you got to rectify the situation because you going viral for the wrong reasons. But the
Right,
problem
right.
is that the thing is, like, you could just tell he didn't really mean nothing when you said that apology. You know what I mean? And the cold part about it is that you got to be careful with that stuff that you say because that stuff can catch up to you.
Right.
We in the social media world where what you say 3 years or 4 years ago can actually catch up to you. And you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, you can tell that apology is not sincere because that was embedded in him when he was a kid. So whatever
Exactly.
gang that was embedded when he was a kid. So whatever whoever taught him that was already embedded in him. He just didn't get rid of that with the quickness after that, dog. So it's like, man, like dude, like, and it's crazy because like you can tell when you kind of watch the interview when he speak on Young Aunt Hefe, he really was low key calling him a punk in a passive way.
Oh, PJ, you
He
right,
was, he
big
was
homie.
really marking them out. Like you could just tell he was marking them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like I'm a straight civilian, so I don't speak on the gang politics like that. But like you said, when usually dudes kind of say they hood, you know, you might have some young kids that might be still filled with that testosterone, but a lot of them don't really come like that. They just kind of let you know where they from and where they from and where they come from and what they hood and just let you know and get on by their business and do whatever. And whatever happens after that happens, you know what I mean? Or some might say, you know what, okay, you don't bang this whoop this, man. You cool, man, and get on by their business. But you know what I mean? The interviewer was trying to pander too much. And that's what's wrong with black folks. We always trying to pander to other races instead of standing our ground and then expect other people to respect us when in reality they didn't want to respect us in the first place as soon as they came into our circumference. And that's the problem.
Right.
And then that's what it is. And like, and I hate to say it, you know what I mean? And I hate to say it like that because I'm not saying these dudes not real gangsters. I don't know what they went through in their life to get their street cred. In order for you to get some type of street cred, you had to do some things, man. You couldn't just be no punk or no yee like that.
Right.
But the thing is about it is that the things about it is that unfortunately Adam 22, he takes advantage of these young dudes trying to get out the game or trying to find some other way to make money outside the gang culture by using the gang culture.
Right.
And he takes advantage of that because he know they willing to do anything. These dudes ain't smart. They not wise enough. They not using no discernment. They not really trying to stand on business about nothing. And they willing to get the dollar. So yeah, you know, make yourself look stupid. Make your hood look stupid. And
Make our
because
race look stupid.
make our race look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Make us look dumb and stupid because I hate to say it, no disrespect to the gangsters, they don't know like see, the problem is y'all pro gang. These other gangs, they pro race. So, so, so,
You heard what
so,
he said? That's some real
yeah,
shit, cuz.
y'all
Yeah.
pro gang. So when they get at y'all like that, they not thinking that they can just get at y'all like that. They thinking they can get at me like that. And I'm a straight civilian. They thinking they can pull that on me. They think they can try that on me. Because they not looking at it like you from such and such crib hood or blood. They look at you like you's a black man, homie. And they
Right.
look at me like we black folks. Like it's just like that show, The Gangs of London. If you watch that show, they
I
wasn't
got you,
even
Mose.
called.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry about that. If you watch the
No. I
show,
was just telling Mose I got
oh,
him. I ain't want to think I
oh,
was ignoring him, but cook, OG.
but if you watch that show, all the gangs wasn't even called their gang names. They was just called races. They was called Arabs, the Africans, the Europeans, and all that shit. They would even so this was more like race wars than it is gang wars.
Right.
It was just that they was gangs. So the thing, you know what I mean? It's just like when you watch Power, for example, the Tyanos and the only black gang was named RSK or this other Puerto Rican gang or the Serbs or what so not. So they don't. So these people don't understand, and some of them just don't give a damn about it. And it's kind of sad because, like I told one of my homies, about the Brick Baby in the DW Flame incident. I said if they really had the wisdom, or if they really stood on ground about something, they could have really built a bridge between the gangster and the neighborhood card, showing how two opposing factors can actually get along and respect each other on the common ground without actually having the gang banging culture, but still maintain and stand their ground in their hoods. They just having respect towards each other. But they had to turn that shit to a buffoonery, hood dissing, fake aid, and then now look what's going on. DW Flame, I don't know where the hell he had, no respect to him, and Brick Baby in the pen. So they get too comfortable with us, and I hate to say it, a lot of people don't understand when they use our culture and they tell us about our culture. That's their form of whitewash.
Right.
That's a form of cultural warfare. That's I can out Negro you better than you. I can do you better than you. I can be who you are better than you. I can do things. I can do things about you better than you. I can love your woman better than you, or I can love your man better than you can love your man, and add my culture to it and code switch whenever I want to. Because and I think a lot of people don't really understand to get that to the faction. So the thing is about it, like, so that's, and then not only can they do that, they can also wash us out the culture and push us out and tell us what to do, and also have these so-called rules that they make in our own culture that we don't probably abide by or live by. You know
They doing that. They doing that with us on Los Angeles radio. It's mostly non-blacks that's on Los Angeles radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what you saying is real. They think they know hip hop better than we know hip hop.
Yeah, but you wanna know what's so mad about it?
What?
And I experienced this. They get mad at me because I know hip hop more than they do.
Right.
And they get upset and try to tell me what do I know. I'm like, big dog, this is my culture, dog. Before it's your shit. You like, then you can't tell me about my culture that I live by and that reflects me every day. I'm supposed to know that. And then they get mad about it. If you notice, I was looking, I think it was 92.3 The Beat, or it was Power 106. They had a slogan saying we run hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, so y'all trying to subliminally tell me y'all run hip hop. And if you look at all these interviews, look at the Big Boy show. Look who's mostly around.
Right.
Look who's it's mainly them. So, and I hate to say it, and I ain't trying to blame Big Boy for this because I don't know, I don't know what's going on or what they doing or what's happening. And they might got them bag of fed cats, but I hate to say it, no disrespect to them, but they compromise. So it's easy to get them on there because they not really gonna stand on no type of business because they just trying to get money and be podcasters and gatekeepers. So the thing is with Big Boy, if you notice, I haven't really seen too many people put Big Boy on the Black Radio Syndicate or nothing.
Right.
He been at Power 106 or I think Power 106, if I'm not mistaken, or 92.3 The Beat for a long time, and he ain't really put on nobody black like that, or too many black people like that. And he always been somewhat an advocate for the Latino party more. Damn, the brother real and real ready shit in place. Big Boy showed us out over his family. So now they running the media. But the problem is you got, and sorry about that, man. I got tongue tied pause. Like it was a young lady named Slauson Girl. She like a journalist for Los Angeles, like real young smart lady. She kind of exposed how Power 106 and 92.3 was doing their racism. How the owners ain't black. Some of the owners is another race. They not hiring no black female DJs or no black radio DJs up and coming. And she showed a lot of proof that they was really doing that racism. You know what I mean? And really exposing the racism. So, you know what I mean? They try to control that. They try to control how we dress. Even when you go to these clothing stores, you notice a lot of the clothes is real small and real tight, or whatever the case may be. They not really fit for big dudes. A lot of people don't know that's subliminal racism within the clothing store fashion, because now you gonna force me to go outside and buy some more clothes that's gonna fit me, or force me to go somewhere else. And you basically saying we not really selling these clothes for you, and we not really catering to your size. We catering to the people that want to move in size of what's so now.
Right.
So the racism, so just to get to the P face part, I been knew P face was a little punk anyway. But
Righteous.
the thing is about it is that us as black folks, we got to start checking that shit. Even young and Hefe, he still should have he checked it, or he should have said, you know what, I ain't even bothering that shit. Should have spoke up, because that still made him look bad, and that made
Right.
them look bad, and
Righteous.
that's
That's
not
all.
cool. But I'll let you go and talk.
And that's all I'm saying. But listen, OG, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I appreciate you coming by. I'm gonna let Brother Mose come on. But if you got anything else to say, come back up and we're gonna get into it. I appreciate you for fucking with your player partner.
No problem, man.
All right, much love, big bro.
Everybody got things to do, man. I just got a PSA, man, to all the Latino rappers out
Hey,
there.
you
You know what
live.
I'm saying?
I don't want you to say nothing that's crazy,
No,
but
no,
I'm
no.
just
I'm not gonna say
all right.
nothing. I'm
All
not
right, for
gonna say
sure.
nothing derogatory towards. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say this though. To all the Latinos out there who rocking and y'all in the hip hop culture and y'all pushing the line and y'all saying that y'all NK. Hey man, get out of our culture, man. Go do some mariachi music or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand on what you said. P-Face, you said the hard ER. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Your people's indoctrinated you into this. You know, racism is a taught behavior. You know, don't
Righteous.
nobody come out the womb saying the hard ER and all that. So you got that from your big homies, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we're not tripping, but if that's what you own, man, stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And to all the other essays out there that's NK and all that, man, stand on your business, man. But get out of our culture. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say, bro.
And I appreciate you coming on. You sure that's all you want to say, man? Because you be having, like Brother Damn Donald, man, you be having some amazing shit to say, man. You sure that's it?
Yeah. I know, man. I know, but I know you got to get up out of there. You got things to do. I got things to do too, man. I'm gonna come back on at 9 though, because we're gonna get into that rich rabbit as well.
Yeah, we need to get into that, man. We need to
Yeah.
get into that.
I
I ain't gonna
was
say
gonna
too
say
much right
something about
now.
it, but
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
we
say nothing
definitely
about
gonna
that
get
right
into it,
now.
bro. Because
Yeah.
I feel a certain type of way, not towards him as an individual. We gonna get into it most
Yeah.
definitely, man.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. For
Let me
sure.
see what time it is right now, because sometimes time be slipping away from me, to the ceiling all night long. I gotta get home. You know that song?
Yeah.
That's life, man. Hey, but for shake
Uh-huh.
it up, man. Come back and fuck with your player partner 9 o'clock, man.
Already, you already know.
All right, much love, man. Gone. Cinderoni, what is the deal, man?
Salute, man. Bobby, yeah, everybody tapping in. Salute. What's good with it?
Oh, super cool, like a deep freezer, man. Talking about this crazy shit and no jumper with this little dude P face.
Yeah, man. That P-face situation, man. That comes from like my man just got off was saying, like that comes from being taught. You know what I mean? Like nobody's just racist for no reason or nothing like that. And rightfully so, right? You never know what done transpired in that dude life to make him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And this is a younger dude, so he going off that hip hop. You got to think about this. These people mixing in hate for blacks with hip hop music, so you can't hate a nigga too much because you got to listen to a nigga to hate a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a big clusterfuck of mixed emotions. You got that whole West Coast energy, that whole LA vibe. You know what I'm saying? The Browns against Browns, the Browns against blacks, the Browns against whites. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, and so on and so on. So it's a never ending game. But respectfully, so he's saying basically, since we got the numbers in all the hoods that used to be predominantly black, we running the show now.
Right.
And when you look at how black folks raise the youth, don't talk to the police, don't be a police. You go to LA, they got damn near but Mexican police out there.
On the
You know what I'm
reels.
saying? You get locked up, they ain't got nothing but Mexican staff, or they got some Africans in there who don't give a fuck about you. Got them, white folks in the background, puppeteering and everything. You know what I'm saying? You go to the Compton jails, the secretaries might be black, taking your money, laughing at you if you miss a court date. You know what I'm saying? All kind, it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's all kind of reasons for him to feel like that because, you know, a lot of black folks selling themselves out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we gotta, you know, we gotta revitalize our energy into rebuilding the pride and integrity of the fabric. We gotta bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, it's gonna be a whole lot more people on this type of mindset that's, you know, slowly easing the black man out. Because at the end of the day, them people are hire illegal aliens before they hire black folks.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I done witnessed it, done been through it, done seen it. You know what I'm saying? In LA and a lot of other predominantly white businesses, they'll hire illegals before they hire somebody, a black American male.
Most definitely.
And so, you know, we just got to start standing on business, man. Start, you know, looking at these people who got it and holding them more to an accountability of where if they saying that they this philanthropist, they saying they for this, they saying they for that. How come they not rebuilding these hoods? How come they not rejuvenating the youth? How come they not bringing that money back into the place where people need it the most, into their communities? So we got to look at the ones who out there, you know, pushing these lines and start holding them more accountable.
Right, I agree.
Because you know,
agree.
Yeah, Adam go give anybody who got something going on. You know what I mean? Whether they said some dumb shit, did some dumb shit, is some dumb shit, wear some dumb shit, whatever it is. You know, if it's trending, he gonna give them opportunity, and that's cool. But when you pushing a line like that, this dude clearly got a death certificate, man. If you pushing a line to where you gonna disrespect the whole race of people, you know, to a level of that degree, you gonna make yourself a target. Somebody gonna want to tip you off. You know what I'm saying? For even coming that hard on a situation like that. This ain't like some, you know, some chopped up video or where it's a misunderstanding where somebody was picking on him and then he responded to saying this or whatever. You caught somebody in they time frame of cool and calm collective. That's how he personally felt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He personally felt this. It wasn't no misunderstanding about this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and he's not the first one to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I know Be Real was the first. Be Real was the first legitimate person that I, a fan and you know what I'm saying, and things like that. He was the first one to really make that a public statement. You know, the Latinos run LA, the Mexicans run LA. He was the first one to say that, and it's not really like a detrimental statement, but to the degree of the deaths and the brothers that's being killed out here, and to the slander and to the injustice that black folks got to go through. Like, how did you guys rise to power like that, and you're not even documented? You know what I'm saying? How is it that, you know, a system that big can allow that many people to come in and wipe out a whole entire race of people? I remember when I moved to LA. I've been in out of LA since '88. When I moved to LA in like 09, 08, around that time, them niggas was asking me, why am I coming here? They trying to get to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you doing coming out here? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm looking, I'm trying to do that Master P thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, make $1 million out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? So it's like, we all get caught up in chasing our dreams. And that's how the streets feel. That's how the Spanish community feel about blacks. What he say? He's the Mexicans running. So somebody to make a statement like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, who's gonna prove him wrong?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like there's no real ramifications for these type of statements and these type of acts that they take against blacks because we are so obsessed and just focus on tearing each other down and going after one another to where we don't see the outside enemy advancing on us. You feel what I'm saying? So they know that, they take advantage of that, and they teach that to their youth. So their youth have that same mind state against blacks as their veteranos and their big homies. You feel me? And it's a fucked up situation. We got to change these dynamics, man.
Definitely got to change. I was watching the episode with the dude Hawk from he from who? I forgot what particular city he's from.
I can't even watch that nigga, man. But I'm with you, big bro.
Yeah, so I'm watching him, and he said that he ain't even trying to bang on no Mexicans. He was like, he wasn't even taught up or brung up to bang on them, but they banging on you Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, like you could be just walking the same way. A gang banging nigga bang on you, the Mexicans will bang on you the same way, and you ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just walking, minding your business. Like I'm talking about, this is what I done seen with my own two eyes. So for him to say that he wasn't even like, you know, aware he's supposed to be banging on one or doing anything into that type of light, that goes to show you that black folks ain't taught to hate nobody but each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He want to bang and get nitty gritty with his own, but he ain't banging on nobody who taking your jobs. He ain't banging on nobody who, you know, who done hundreds of years of abuse to your people. Like he ain't talked to bang on them. So you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, like I said, man, we gotta look at these shows for what they is, man. Like Real on Real Radio saying, black exploitation, because that's exactly what it is. Adam is showing you the levels of these IQs of these so-called, you know, street figures, and predominantly he uses gangbangers. Like,
righteous.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was James Baldwin. Forgive me if I'm misquoting the brother, but I believe it was James Baldwin back in the days.
Harlem Renaissance.
Huh?
Harlem Renaissance.
Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Baldwin.
The author.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said something to the effects that the white man is the only person that could come into a black community and take a black baby and walk out of the community without anybody questioning it. The white man is the only person that can come into our community or our industries, our neighborhoods, and walk in and do anything that he chooses to do and leave unscathed. So those sayings are still holding true. It's just a more modernized way of viewing it, and it's a more modernized way of them doing the same thing that they was doing back in the days. Like, and Adam is showing us that. Like, I can come into this industry, play in y'all face, feign ignorance and play naive, and then y'all gonna continuously forgive me, come back and not hold me accountable. Even when he held himself accountable, say, hey, you know what? Maybe that was my problem. And Brandon looking at him like, no, boss, don't say that. Like this shit is crazy, man.
You know, like when it comes to what Baldwin was saying, basically, you know, we got to look at how things was going on in his time and where we at right now. What they did was they didn't really change per se their mindset. What they did was they changed the scenery of how you got to deal with it. See, back in Alec Baldwin time, they could be more publicly racist. They could just abuse you. They could do all kind of things to you and wouldn't be no consequences publicly. So what they did was they took their mindset of thinking to the judicial system, to the doctors, to the lawyers, to the judges, to the police, to the FBI, to the CIA. They took their shit to the military. They took that to the good jobs that you gotta have if you want to be something in America, to where you can't elevate to the next level because you black. So they'll be racist with you by keeping you at a lower pay scale. They'll be racist with you by keeping you in a situation to where you can't grow and fill out your full potential the whole time. They milking your brain, they milking your body for everything that you got. They want to feed you crumbs. You know what I'm saying? And we got to look at why America chooses to allow certain types of people to come over in the amounts that they do. And it's all because, for one, not just because they gonna work their ass off. And don't get it twisted, man. I could give a fuck how that situation go per se if they leave or stay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no hater like that. But at the same time, they taking black jobs. That was a real statement. That was they taking white. They taking anybody who's trying to work. They taking your occupation. So it ain't, you know what I mean? It wasn't a myth. But back to the lecture at hand, you know, these people are coming in by the abundance because they believe in a white God. They allowing all the ones who got some type of white God, whether it be Catholic, Christian, whatever the case may be. If the God is white, they can still run that white man image on you. In your brain, and if you believing in some white faith, then you're gonna be controlled by what this white is saying to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it be good, bad, or whatever, it's gonna take control of you because you believing in a white image. That's why they gotta rearrange the true colors of the ancients. And they got to rearrange the history because they ain't trying to give you no money back. They ain't trying to, give you no reparations. They ain't trying to correct your education. They want you to be stagnated. They want you to be, unintelligent. They want you to be unprideful. That's why they showing you these slave movies. That's why they teaching you. That's why they showing you how they doing you. That's why they got so many cameras to watch police beat you and get away with it, so you can see that you can do nothing. You are under the power of us, and until you unify and ball that fist up, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta, because we just out here single fingers. We got to unify, make a fist around this motherfucker. And that's the only way you gonna make an impact, because as of right now, most men are following lost women. And when you following a lost cause, you just like driving down a highway 300 miles an hour on a dead end road. You know what I'm saying? Like driving fast as you can down a dead end because you following a lost cause. Anytime somebody done been subjected to society to where they don't give a damn who they exploit, who they slander, who they trick or trade or whatever the case may be. If you following under that umbrella, then you are headed down the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? And right now, social media has the minds of, I say, 90% of the women, if definitely in America, if not the world, at this point. So most of these dudes ain't got no brain to think for themselves. All they know is to work. They ain't got no brain to invest in this or to help this or to do this or to do that. They just trying to get with one of these baddies and act like they got it cracking, just like this hoe acting like she got it cracking. The whole time, both of these motherfuckers brain dead. You know what I'm saying? Walking zombies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Beauty is already given. We got to get back to integrity. We got to get back to, you know what I'm saying? We got to get back to pride. We got to get back to loyalty. We got to get back, you know what I'm saying? Erase them old memories and make new powerful ones. You know what I'm saying? More powerful than the old ones, because motherfuckers talk about back in the day. Back in the day was a motherfucker, depending on where you was at. So I don't know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, what part of this do you want to experience? You know what I'm saying? You want to experience the 80s, everything amplified. You know what I'm saying? You want to experience the 90s, where everything is, it's supposed to be becoming woke, but at the same time, it's the double cross. And we living up in we in the triple cross now. You know what I'm saying? You see brothers hollering Hotep, you see brothers hollering Hebrew, you see brothers hollering more, you see brothers hollering everything, because we all that.
Right.
You know
That's
what
true.
I'm saying? We all that. We all that. You know what I'm saying? And when they come in and rearrange and change your history, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from. You know what I'm saying? They know what boat they sail from Ireland and Europe and everything else. They know what prison they was released from to come over here and play king and queen on us. You understand what I'm saying? So, we got to really, really, really get our brain back into the right on the right path. Me personally, I think you and Brandon would make a pretty good duo if mine was on the same, you know what I'm saying, same chord. And the reason I give Brandon his credit and slack is because, one thing about it, you got to look at what would you rather society be. And if you done made it through the wars or back in the days and shit like that, and they got new shit now, don't get it twisted. They still killing, they still selling dope, they still robbing, they still pimping, they still doing murder, they still doing whatever. But back in the day, motherfuckers knew better and still chose that. You know what I'm saying? We was introduced to new shit. They ran a whole lot of new things on us. You know what I'm saying? New experiments, new drugs, new guns, new territory, new people, new faces. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to get back into realizing who we were, where we come from, and where we going. Where we going is more important than what the fuck happened in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The future of us is more important than the past, because the history has been tainted.
Right.
They go sum your history up into what they want it to be when that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? You were somebody before you got here, and they tried to reduce you. You know what I'm saying? Before they got here, you know, they was in chains, they was in jails, they was living in filth, they was living in swallowed. You know what I'm saying? Living in caves, shitting in each other's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Playing in feces and piss and shit like that, and you know, and everything. You know, like that was how they, you know, had fun. They was barbarians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We teach these people how to cleanse. We give them our old properties. They act like it's theirs. They put on this. You know, we teach them how to build, how to wash. They take everything from us and try to feed us as if we didn't do anything here. So you know what I'm saying?
That's what the Hispanic population is trying to do to us right now today. They're
Do
trying
it
to
right
take
now.
our identity and act like it's theirs. I
That's
did a
what
few segments where Hispanic dudes said that rap, graffiti, hip hop, it's all ours. It's all Chicanos. But without further ado, big homie, hey, take us away, man. Give us something that we can close with.
Hey man, shout out to Bobby Ye, man. Great show. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody with big brains, man, and on the right path of you know, peace and consciousness and waking up. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, and one hand wash the other, man. You know, we gotta get back into being more prideful people. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this social media change you. There's so many people out here selling their soul to show the world that they some fuck niggas and weak ass hoes. You know what I'm saying? Do not be in those trick bags. You know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, man, you know, I fuck with Bobby Yayo show anytime I see it going up. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, he's you know, he might get into topics to get on people that, you know what I'm saying, I like some of their content too, but like I said, you know, I got a personal feeling that whatever Bobby Ye is saying about anybody, it has to be some type of it has to be something to it. You know what I'm saying? I can't never say I fully agree with nothing because I don't hear everything.
Right.
But at the same time, because your opinion ain't my opinion, but at the
Right.
same time, I do feel that this brother has the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? To take it to the next level, and I definitely want everybody to back him up. You know what I'm saying? Get behind him, man. Support this guy as much as we can to take these shows. Cause it ain't no reason for it that everybody that's making it got some type of federal motherfucking situation, whether they just getting out of the feds or they goddamn got some type of job with the feds, or they got some, you know, they got some type of ties to the feds to where all of a sudden you get out, you viral the next day because you got some type of federal association. You know what I'm saying? We got to start taking up for the ones who ain't got none of that, the ones who, you know, really out here grinding and putting the work in and spreading black love to the people, because like, you know, we got to get back into tune, man. We ain't got no more Frank and Beverly made songs. When that time you heard a song, they don't make no more Heal the Worlds. You ain't heard shit about nothing, you know what I'm saying, conducive to us holding hands and saying a prayer. You know what I'm saying? You've heard nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? In fact, it's in certain places, the only time you can get that if a gangbanger get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And that's
heavy.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't find God till they facing life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, we got to get back. You know what I'm saying? We do take something from the past. We need to take back loyalty, respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? We need to take that and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is bullshit, man. You know, I'm seeing a whole lot of people just flat out doing the most for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They doing them with they putting a target on their head, and they ain't doing them bringing more negative energy to a situation that didn't need all that. But you know, man, salute, man, great show, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Cinderoni Television, man. I'm gone.
Peace and blessings, loved one. Hey, that's my player partner, Cinderoni Television, Cinderoni TV, man. Very, very conscious, brother. Shout out to Damn Donald. Shout out to my partner, Mo's TV. Shout out to everybody that jumped on his live and has been given active engagement. Hey, I'm going live again at 9 o'clock, and we're going to be talking about a black Southsider by the name of Rich Rabbit. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, it's some content that should be addressed and talked about, because the Sioux, they treat black Southsiders, they treat black Southsiders as if they are, you know, second-class citizens. And that's just something that I want to explore and get into, because a lot of people say, oh, no, we're not racist, it's just businesses. Well, if it's just business and it has nothing to do with racism, then why do you treat your own members as second-class citizens? Y'all step and be blessed, man. Too black, too strong. We all we need, we all we got. Shit, black power, all power to all people. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it. And with that, I'm gone. See you at 9.